5-digit quotations. So now we've got a new system in the Forex market. It's been around for a couple of years now. The precision of price quotations is getting better, and now most brokers actually supply quotations in a 5-digit mode. So here, that quotation we were talking about for Australian British pound Australian dollar 1.8866 now is actually more precise, and it's 1.88663. So now the minimum change this currency pair can experience is actually 0.0001. So 10 to the power of -5. Now let's understand how the definitions of pips and points have changed in this particular case when the 5 digits system has been introduced. So the minimum change is still called 1 point. Minimum change is always called 1 point. Now the value on the right, 0.00001, has been labeled with the name pipette. Once again, let's keep these things separate. 1 point is the minimum change, and 1 pipette is always equal to 0.00001. In this case, it just so happens that the minimum change is equal to 0.00001, and that means 1 point is equal to 1 pipette, and that's always the case for 5-digit price quotations. And so once again, let's calculate the spread. Here I've shown our previous example, but I've added the 5th digit as a smaller number, and a lot of brokers do that just to show that it is 5-digit quotations, because when you have 5 digits after the decimal point, it can be it can get a bit confusing and like a lot of numbers. So here it highlights to you that these are in fact pipettes on the end of the currency quotations. So the difference of the ask and bid price in this case is 0.00065 units of the quoted currency, which is Australian dollar, and that equals to 65 points. So let's remember that even in the 5-digit quotation system, a point is the minimum change that the currency pair can experience. In this case, the minimum change is 0.00001, and if you multiply that by 65, then you will get your spread. So the spread is 65 points. On the other hand, the spread is approximately 7 pips. You can say 6.5 pips, you can say 7 pips, doesn't really matter. It's approximately 7 pips because a pip is still 0.0001, just as it was in the 4-digit system. It's not going to change because we changed the system that we're quoting the currency in. A pip is fixed, the pipette is fixed. So this spread is approximately 7 pips, and that is, you can also say that this spread is 65 pipettes. I would advise you not to use the word pipettes because not many people understand you. Like I never use it, nobody ever uses it. It's a very kind of new term, or very, very low use term, and just sounds funny to be honest. So just stick with points and pips. So just to sum up, we've got the 4-digit system, the 5-digit system. An example is the British pound Australian dollar quotation that we looked at, 1.8866 in the 4 digits, 1.88663 in the 5 digits. 1 point in the 4-digit, 1 point is always the minimum change. In the 4 digits system, it's 0.0001. In the 5-digit system, it's 0.00001. A pip never changes. A pip is always fixed regardless of the quotation system, and it equals to 0.0001. And a pipette, there's no such a thing in the 4-digit system. In the 5-digit system, because there's enough precision, you can talk about pipettes, and it's 0.00001. However, I do advise not to use this term because it's not frequently used. So you will notice that some traders out there get this mixed up, and actually some respectable traders can get this mixed up because this is terminology, and it of course depends on the conventions and like the people, well, how people agree to talk to each other and use these things. But most traders will use this system. So if you come across a forum where um, perhaps even everybody uses them wrong and confuses pip and point or something like that, well, then you either have to re-educate those people or adjust to their kind of style. But just keep in mind that majority of traders around the world will talk about these things in exactly this way. And before we finish up, a quick note on Japanese currency pairs as promised. So if a currency pair is quoted in Japanese yen, meaning that the Japanese yen is on the right, you will see that everything is shifted by approximately or exactly 100. So there's not, in the 4-digit system, there's not 4 digits but 2 digits after the decimal point. In the 5 digits, there's only 3 digits. So everything else stays exactly the same, just multiply everything by 100. And that's just been associated with the way the Japanese yen has historically been priced. For instance, right now, $1 American can buy you 118 Japanese yen.